Brennan, Representative Parry, Representative Kryzak, Representative Morris, Josh Tardy, Bev Ulenik, and Matt Moonen. Is there anybody I missed? Okay. Then I determined we have a quorum and we are ready to proceed. And first item of business is discussion of the House map. I understand that the quorums have a unified, a couple of technical changes. And would appreciate maybe if a representative of the quorums, either Greg Olson or Dave Emery, could explain briefly what those changes may be before we proceed to any more discussion of the House maps.
Okay. Kathleen Dillingham, on behalf of the Republicans, and the Speaker on behalf of the Democrats, had a discussion about moving a block or two in Westbrook that puts an incumbent back in his district. And it was agreed that as a quid pro quo, we would make a division in Buxton to separate two of our incumbents that were originally put together on the unified map. So that's been reviewed and agreed by both sides and should be non-controversial. Greg, maybe you want to weigh in on that too.
Yes, just, following, feedback we've received, we made minor adjustment in the city of Westbrook and a minor adjustment in the town of Buxton and Hollis to achieve essentially what Dave said.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. And I appreciate the continuing efforts, which I know were late at night, because I know you folks were already doing other things, working on the Senate and things like that late at night. Anyways, at this point, I would open the going to the next items on the agenda. Then discussion of the proposed House districts with the unified agreed sort of minor adjustments in those. Is there any a review or comment any commission member wants to make with regard to the proposed House district maps, which were developed after pretty long hours by a lot of people, and thank you very much for that effort. Anybody have any comments they want to make with regard to the proposed House maps with the revisions that were circulated earlier this morning, first by the caucuses and then by the commission? I don't see any hands. Senator Bennett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, I can't help but note that it looks like it might have been beneficial for us to pause and just do take another few hours to look at the House map from yesterday, and I'm grateful for that. But I also wanted to say I did review the public comment. In particular, a select woman up in Bethel had proposed some changes in Oxford County, and I did review those personally. And I really appreciate her and the other comment that we got from the public about these proposals. And I looked at that proposal and was confirmed with what Representative Perry was saying yesterday. The suggestion that was offered, while with great intentions, I don't think it would have been workable because the towns involved were so separated in population that it would have created that bubble effect again, where you can't just switch one out and put one in. It would have created collateral effects across the entire map eventually, I think. And so I appreciate that input and the others that we received to try to perfect the map. And I basically concluded that there's really no perfect map. I think we all developed these maps based on the starting point being the current maps, which I think makes sense given the limited time. So I'm prepared to support the consensus map that was developed.
Okay. Any other comments on the House maps and adjustments and all? I'm quickly looking over there. All right. Can we have a motion with respect to the House maps as amended, proposed amended.
I'll move adoption of the house maps as proposed.
And as amended?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second for that?
I'll
second.
second it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Moved by Representative Brennan, seconded by Representative Dunphy. Any further discussion before I call for the vote? And we are going to have a recorded vote on this. Okay. All right. Hearing none, then I would ask the clerk to call. You got some last minute thing? Ask a clerk to call the roll for the vote, affirmative vote, accepting the House maps as proposed and amended, a negative vote not accepting them. I'll ask the clerk at this point to call the roll.
Senator Troy Jackson.
Yes.
Senator Jackson votes yes. Senator Nathan Libby. Senator Paul Davis.
Yes.
Senator Davis votes yes. Senator Richard Bennett.
Yes.
Senator Bennett votes yes. Representative Michelle Dunphy.
Yes.
Representative Dunphy votes yes. Representative Ann Perry. Representative Michael Brennan.
Yes.
Representative Brennan votes yes. Representative Wayne Perry.
Yes.
Representative Perry votes yes. Representative Ted Kryzak.
Yes.
Representative Kryzak votes yes. Representative Joshua Morris.
Yes.
Representative Morris votes yes. Honorable Josh Tardy. Bev?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he was here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
Josh Tardy votes yes. Bev Eulenhake.
Yes.
Bev Eulenhake votes yes. Honorable Matt Moonen.
Yes.
Matt Moonen votes yes. Joe Turcott.
Yeah.
Did I hear a yes?
Joe, it looks like you're muted.
Yes.
Joe Turcott votes yes. I'll recall the absentee. Oh, excuse me, Justice Alexander.
Justice Alexander votes yes. Thank you.
Justice Alexander votes yes. I will now recall the absentees. Senator Nathan Libby. Senator Libby is absent. Representative Ann Perry. Representative Perry is absent.
Okay. Okay, the votes all indicated in the affirmative. The commission adopts as part of its report the House maps as drafted and then as amended this morning. And thank you very much for that effort. We'll see. We also, as in terms of finalizing the commission report, indicated yesterday that if the persons who are absent necessarily want to vote, they may be able to do so by emailing the chair by, let's say, 5 o'clock tonight, one way or other. But in any event, the vote is unanimous among those who have done it, and by a clear majority in any event, and the House maps as amended are adopted. And thank you very much for that and for the very hard work that's been done. Also, as you're aware, and it was circulated last night, the maps for the congressional district and a plan for the congressional district has been circulated with maps and commented sort of a unified plan. Again, after very hard work has been developed, and thanks to the many people who were involved. And again, I know late into the evenings, the last 2 evenings on that. And at this point, I would propose a discussion and then likely call for a vote of the congressional district maps. Does any member of the commission want to make any observations or discussions or ask any questions about the commission maps for the congressional districts? Okay. Can I have a motion with regard to the congressional district maps?
I'll move passage of the congressional district maps as presented and amended.
I'll second
I'll
that.
second.
Okay, moved by Representative Brennan, seconded by Representative Parry. Was there another second too? I let that one join.
I'll second it.
Okay, and also by Senator Davis. Moved by Representative Brennan, seconded by Senator Davis and Representative Parry. And further discussion of the congressional district maps. Okay. I don't see any, but don't be afraid to speak up because I just got to do a quick trip across the things here. And again, thank you very much for that. Okay. So no further discussion and the matter having been moved and seconded, I would ask the clerk to call the roll on the congressional district maps.
Thank you. Senator Troy Jackson.
Yes.
Senator Jackson votes yes. Senator Nathan Libby. Senator Paul Davis.
Yes.
Senator Davis votes yes. Senator Richard Bennett.
Yes.
Senator Bennett votes yes. Representative Michelle Dunphy.
Yes.
Representative Dunphy votes yes. Representative Ann Perry. Representative Michael Brennan.
Yes.
Representative Brennan votes yes. Representative Wayne Perry.
Yes.
Representative Perry votes yes. Representative Ted Kryzak.
Yes.
Representative Kryzak votes yes. Representative Joshua Morris.
Yes.
Representative Morris votes yes. Honorable Josh Tardy.
Yes.
Josh Tardy votes yes. Bev Eulenhake.
Yes.
Bev Eulenhake votes yes. Honorable Matt Moonen.
Yes.
Matt Moonen votes yes. Joe Turcott.
Yes.
Joe Turcott votes yes. Justice Alexander.
Yes.
Justice Alexander votes yes. I'll recall the absentees. Senator Nathan Libby. Senator Libby is absent. Representative Ann Perry.
I vote yes.
Representative Perry votes yes. 14-1.
Real
Okay.
quick, Madam Clerk, could Representative Ann Perry vote now on the previous question?
I'm gonna ask that in a moment. Thank you very much, Representative Perry. Appreciate that suggestion. Again, everybody voting, having voted in the affirmative, the congressional district maps as adjusted and as circulated last evening are adopted. Again, thank you very much, and they'll become part of the commission's report. Representative Perry, I may not have seen your, I know it's a little late, perhaps checking in. We had a vote before in which all of the commission members voted affirmatively on the House district maps. Does anybody object if I invite Representative Perry to vote on the House district maps if she wants to? Okay, hearing no objection. Representative Perry, do you wish to vote on the House district maps?
Yes, I do. I also want to apologize for being late. I've been on the road.
Oh, okay. Well, I understand that, and I understand it's particularly difficult, and particularly for you folks that are, a long distance from Augusta. We much appreciate your participation. It's very important. With regard to the House district map, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So Representative Perry votes yes on the House district maps also. Thank you very much. So that concludes the discussion of the House district maps and the Senate district maps. I have, and I'm going to then ask questions about where we are on the Senate map shortly. I have one other question that I want to bring up just as an issue more for the legislative consideration than anything else. Under the law we've already approved, we voted affirmatively on the county commissioner district maps on Monday, the 20th. Under the Constitution, they don't have to be presented to the legislature until January 15th of 2022. However, to let the Secretary of State get their work done in a timely fashion by January 1, it's going to be maybe important for the legislature to act on those maps too. And they're certainly those maps are going to be included in our report. But I was wondering if there are any thoughts as to whether the legislature could appropriately, in advance of the January 15 date, take up the maps and act on them, so that when we're drawing the districts and setting up the voting patterns, which the Secretary of State needs to be involved in after the commission or report and legislative action, would there be any issue with the legislature also taking up the county commissioner district maps?
No, I don't think so.
Any problem really? Jonathan Bolton, would you see any problem with the legislature acting early on the county commissioner district maps?
Well, the Constitution just requires that the plan be submitted to the legislature no later than January 15th, 2022. So the way the Constitution is worded, it suggests to me that any time before January 15th, 2022 is an appropriate time for the commission to for the clerk of the House of Representatives to submit it to the legislature.
Okay, thank you for that observation. Do anybody have any questions?
So Justice Alexander, are you suggesting that we're going to take up the county maps next Wednesday?
I have no influence on that at all. But I'm suggesting is that it would be a good idea, because of the work that has to be done later on figuring who votes where and things like that, all that needs to be done before January 1, that the county commissioner maps be taken up at the same time as the certainly the House and the congressional district maps are taken up, and hopefully the Senate taken up too.
Well, at this point, unless Senator Jackson knows something I don't, we're not scheduled to come in for a special session or the legislature to meet again after next Wednesday. So, and then the next time that we're scheduled to come back in would be January 5th, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I was just raising it now and suggesting in case there was any question.
Hold on.
Okay. I didn't hear any. Did somebody else have a question?
I think Julie Flynn did.
Okay. Julie Flynn, go ahead if you had a comment.
Thank you. If at all, if the county maps could be voted on when you're in session in the coming week, that would be wonderful, because I'm not sure we can do two separate passes, or it's going to be very difficult to do two separate passes of updating million voter records, voter files, all the street libraries. The street table has all the districts in it together. So taking into account all the districts and where the changes are all at once is extremely important for us to be able to do.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Any questions or observations of Assistant Attorney General Bolton, Deputy Secretary of State Flynn, or anything else? Otherwise, I'll move on from this discussion. It's just something I wanted to raise, and hopefully it can be considered by the legislature. So, okay, moving on to the next issue. The other go ahead, Senator Jackson.
I mean, if the report has the county commissioners in there sent to the revisor's office, I mean, I don't think there's any of us that didn't think we wouldn't be voting on the county commission maps if they were voted on. So,
okay,
So I don't see a bit of problem with that. I'm sure Speaker Fecto is going to feel the same.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, and the report does include, the draft report, which has already been circulated to the, heads of the caucuses and all, does include the county maps, and we are now sort of perfecting that down to the detail that's needed. So the report that does come out ultimately on Monday will include the county maps. Any other comments on that issue? If not, I'll then move to the next issue of what further the commission is going to be doing, and asking also what is the likelihood of getting some recommendation on a unified recommendation on the Senate at some period of time. Can anybody give me some advice on that? Particularly David Emery or somebody else that's been involved in the Senate maps. David Emery, Senator Bennett.
I mean, as far as for, I mean, we worked on them till 8:30 last night. I mean, I think we're moving closer. We got some things we still have to work on, but we're getting quite close.
Okay, good. Should we maybe schedule another meeting later today? I know some members of the commission have indicated the problem of availability later today, or should we try to do it, over the weekend, which may indicate even more problems, or what? Should we perhaps schedule a meeting at, 2, 3 o'clock, something like that?
Mr. Chair, if I could pose a question, what are we as a commission able to meet and conduct business on Monday?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I certainly don't have a problem if people's schedules permit to reconvene this commission later today. And I'm glad to know that we can certainly officially conduct business on Monday. I had a little bit of a question on our timing and what our authority is and when that authority ends.
Okay. My construction of the Supreme Court opinion was that, of course, the days the Supreme Court opinion gave out ended on Sunday. Under the rules for dealing with holidays and weekends, the time goes to the next business day, which would be therefore the close of business on the 27th. That's been my view, and I think that view was circulated to the commission and noted at our August 18th meeting after the Census Bureau material was circulated on the August 12th. So anyways. And if we had a meeting Monday, we could still get a report out as long as we have some way to sort of run the Senate material in there. Or if not, then the caucuses would have to get out a separate divided report on that. But all of that would have to be done by the close of business Monday. So I guess I'd sort of ask commissioners, what do you think of the prospects of that? And obviously, to the extent you may get something done before that, then you can at least circulate it and indicate, if there's an agreement, circulate it, indicate it so the other commissioners can be aware of it. Obviously, if there's going to be no agreement, then within your individual caucuses, you're going to have to work to get separate reports prepared that could go with the commission report on the House, the congressional districts, and the county commissions, which would be done at the close of business on Monday and reporting to the legislature at that time, which we'd probably do both electronically and with a paper copy, though there's a lot of paper. So the report may have to be electronically to the commission. But we could do that because we've advanced pretty well in the drafting of the House, the county commissioners and the congressional district maps, or what is needed in the commission report for those. What are people's pleasure? Again, I'm available this afternoon, weekend, Monday. What are people's pleasure? I just, with the reservation of Monday, we do have to have an articulate final report, and I will circulate a draft report of the commission a little later today, just so you can see what's there, with likely a blank space in terms of how we deal with the Senate. But some other paragraphs of the report may have to be adjusted too if we don't have final agreement on the Senate. Appreciate any observations that people want to make, particularly those who have been involved in the negotiations regarding the Senate.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
thank you. Just wanted to repeat what President Jackson said. I think both sides are working in earnest, as I can see on the Senate map, and in good with a lot of goodwill. I think there's some major differences still, but I think we need to have further conversations. And I know that it's trying. I wouldn't be optimistic about like a 2 o'clock reconvening today. And I think there's some issues with people's schedules. And so, and I also would think it'd be best if we can come to agreement even today. I think it'd be nice to at least have that available, if it's on Saturday or Sunday, whatever, to have it available for posting on the website so people can take a look at it before a final vote. So I would suggest that if we can schedule a meeting for Monday, with the anticipation that we'll continue to work today and as necessary going forward to see if we can resolve the differences in the Senate map, that might be fruitful.
Okay, thank you for that, Senator Bennett. Any other observations on that? I guess I would ask David Emery, who's what he thinks of the suggestion that we basically have you folks working all weekend, then but defer a meeting till Monday to address the Senate maps, and to say, because I'll get a draft report around to the commission sometime today that still needs a lot of the detail filled in, but could accommodate either a Senate agreement or separate Senate reports. David Emery, what do you think of?
I think that way forward makes a great deal of sense. It protects the interests of both sides if we don't come to an agreement, but it gives us time to continue work that we have been continuing in earnest. And I would have to say that the negotiations have been very serious, have been very helpful. There are still substantial differences that we're trying to work out. But I think the procedure that you have suggested gives us a maximum opportunity to get this one resolved.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments about the suggestion? What I'd be considering would be a Monday meeting at 10:30. And that we'd obviously have some things to discuss, regardless of whether there's a Senate agreement or not. And before that, I would hope the caucuses would circulate circulate that as soon as possible. And if not, your caucuses are going to be working individually to get our reports out, and then we could do that Monday, plus review generally the report that by then would include the House, the congressional districts, and the county commissioner thing. So how about 10:30 Monday? Can we do that? And that's going to be important to do if possible. I recognize it's a lot of work, but we're getting close, and we may have complete success, which would be very important to the timing of this in terms of getting the districts done and getting the legislature be able to act on Wednesday. Any other questions or comments about that? Okay. Just want to go quickly over my things to see if I see any here. What I would then indicate is what we would do is our next meeting would be Monday at 10:30 in the morning, and I will circulate I'll call it a prospective agenda for that at this time. And then later today, I will circulate to all commissioners. I mean, some of the staff and some of the caucus heads have already seen a draft report. I'll circulate one to go to all of the commissioners today, recognizing we still have places to fill in on the county commission report and on the House districts report. So anyways, any other comments on that? Okay, then we will have a commission meeting.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes, in terms of the 10:30 meeting, is it possible to have it at 11? I teach a class until 11 and can get out and participate at 11.
Okay, I have no problem with that. Is 11 okay with everybody else? Again, trying to look quickly at any hands here. Looks like it is. So,
Mr. Chair, I have to confess, I don't want to get into like individual issues with scheduling because I think we're all dealing with it. But frankly, I would prefer something even earlier. And I don't know if that would accommodate Representative Perry's needs, but I'll make do with whatever you come up with. But I just throw that out since you asked.
Okay, I understand. The thing is, presumably, we're going to know by Monday morning whether there's agreement or not, and therefore, those of you who are on, if there's agreement, I think with even 11 o'clock discussion, we can get out a final report as long as we can get the district descriptions in Word by that time. If there's not agreement, then you each can develop your own separate report, which can say this is what we're going to do when we get to 11 o'clock. But I think 10:30 or 11 doesn't make much difference, and I have confidence with the support staff, and I may be invading each of the caucuses to grab some of the support staff that we can get a report out if we have a vote, which is going to be, we're not going to make a lot of amendments then. It's going to be a up and down decision as to have an Senate agreement or a separate reports regarding the Senate.
Okay, very good. I just raised that, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Anybody else? Okay. Representative Brennan, do I see a hand up?
No, just moving it around.
Okay, all right. Then we would reconvene next at our next meeting would be Monday at 11 o'clock a.m. And other than that, I don't have any other pending business at the time. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, motion to adjourn is heard. Can I see any votes? All in favor of adjourning, raise the hand. I see a majority of adjourning, and thank you. And Senator Davis, we've got you out of here in time to get out to you, whatever the next thing you had to do is. So thank
I'm
you.
having lunch with the governor, so.
Okay, well, give her our regards. Tell her we're working hard this weekend.
I'll tell her you're working very hard. Justice, be happy to.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Okay, have a good day, and but go have at it at the Senate thing. So anyways, good work, and good luck on that. Thanks. Keep at
Thank
it.
you very much.
Have a good day.
Hey, Sean.
So we did get that in, because I asked him that, and